Hi there, my name is Kim Berkeley. I'm one of the authors of the Speaking Out About Self-Injury blog over on HealthyPlace, and today I wanted to talk about healing from self-harm with creative writing. Now, there are a lot of ways you can go about this. One of probably the most obvious is journaling, which can be really informal, or if you want to use prompts or even a workbook, you can get a little bit more structure that way. But journaling can be really helpful, and I've talked about that before. But there are a bunch of other ways that you can go about this too. For example, I like to use fiction, not just as a therapeutic tool, but in a lot of ways. But fiction can be a really great way to maybe rewrite the past, rewrite your own narrative. Or if you don't want to write about what you've been through directly, you can also use the experiences and emotions that you've had that have to do with your self-harm and use those as fuel for creating really interesting characters, informing plot points, even world building. There's so many ways that you can use what you've been through to create something new and something really exciting, to be honest, and interesting. And it can be really cathartic just to get that out, even if it's in a form that's completely different from the way it happened in the first place. Another way that you can use creative writing is to write poetry or even song lyrics. If you're really into music, this can be a really good avenue for you. You can also write memoir, which is a bit like journaling, but it's a lot more formal, a lot more structured. And you can write, personal essays, which are much shorter and deal with usually one specific point in time. But you can also, again, write longer versions. You can write a whole book that's a memoir. And this, I will say, is probably to me the hardest way to go about this, because it does force you to revisit what you've been through. And, because it is memoir, it's ideal to kind of stick to what actually happened, and that can be really hard to relive. But on the flip side, it can also be one of the most cathartic approaches, because you get to see what happened through new eyes. You have the perspective that you have now that you didn't have privilege of having back when you went through what you're writing about. And this can really help you see how far you've come, how much you've changed, and even help you kind of figure out where you want to go next. You can also use script writing. You can write a play or a TV episode or a movie, and script writing can be really helpful if maybe you're not so much into writing description or, just prose in general, or if you just want a slightly less intensive approach because you can just focus on dialogue. And again, same thing with fiction. You can either use it to rewrite what's happened or to inform a completely new and original story. So yeah, any creative writing can be helpful. It all depends on what you like, what you're interested in, and what sparks your imagination. So there's no one right way to go about this. Just, pick one and experiment, see what helps, see what doesn't help. It's all about finding what works best for you. So yeah, I hope these ideas help give you some of your own. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave me a message on the blog and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.